Though we frequently hear about the activities and rituals that take place in a mandir and the sadhus and priests performing them, the intricate story behind the edifice itself is often ignored. The mandir sets an aesthetic mood, one which becomes a backdrop for spiritual meditation. Describing the physical form of the mandir is very difficult. The intricate carvings, the majestic domes, and the stories set in stone are all inconceivable unless one experiences them firsthand. So what goes into making such a beautiful edifice? Who all is involved? How does everything come together? And where did all the stone come from? These are some of the questions I hope to address as we take a tour of this complex today. Perhaps one of the questions one can ask is, how? The innovative design of this traditional mandir enclosed in this large building can sometimes pose questions about the complexity of the process. I was told by artisan volunteers that the first and perhaps the most important step is the stone selection process. Natural stone has been a staple of ancient and modern architecture for a very long time. Its durability, beauty, and abundance have been used in all sorts of buildings and structures across the world. For example, the Great Pyramids, the Colosseum, Angkor Wat in Cambodia, and St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York. The stone selection is key. Weak, fragile, or fragmented stones can erode over time. Certain types of stones may not be fit for the extreme local climates of central New Jersey. So, in order to ensure that this mandir lasts for over 1,000 years, rigorous testing was performed on different types of stones across the world. With the blessings and guidance from Param Pujya Pramukh Swami Maharaj, the developers and engineers selected marble. Its exquisite splendor and ability to be intricately carved have been appreciated for centuries. In particular, Italian marble stands out for its right balance of beauty and durability. Blocks of marbles were mined from quarries, resulting in a total volume of 68,000 cubic feet. So how much does 1 cubic foot weigh? It weighs about 170 pounds, totaling to 11.5 million pounds of Italian marble. After the stone has been selected and resized for transport, it has to be shipped nearly 5,000 miles across sea to Western India, which has been the center for some of the finest pre-colonial architectural activity in India. Skilled artisans who have inherited this trade for generations come together to transform these slabs of stones into dancing, singing, and living works of art. The design and construction process is mandated by ancient Shilpa Shastras, or scriptures on architecture and construction, which dictate the size of the components, the orientation in which they are pieced together, and even structural engineering. The wave of traditional mandir construction began by Pramukh Swami Maharaj has brought about a resurgence in the ancient style of mandir construction and a means of livelihood for many of the traditional families of artisans. Narottam C. Rana is an artisan who has been involved in about 22 BAPS mandirs all across the world since 1992. He's currently working on the BAPS Swaminarayan Mandir in Robbinsville, New Jersey. However, prior to that, he was involved in his local family business, finding it difficult to find his way morally, spiritually, and financially.
हमारी फैमिली में जो फ़ायदा हुआ है, पहले तो जो धंधा तो सभी करते हैं, लेकिन हमारा जो सत्संग का जो लाभ मिला है, जो संस्कार की जो बात आती है, तो हरि भक्तों से और संतों से जो हमारा संपर्क धीरे धीरे हुआ और उसका सत्संग का भी लाभ हमारे परिवार में आया। फिर परिवार में हमने घर सभा की तरह हमने भगवान की कुछ कथाएं वार्ताएं, कुछ सत्संग का।
After speaking to Narottam Bhai, I had the opportunity to observe him closely at work. Carving these stones is an arduous task that requires patience and discipline. He was right. He had passion and sincerity, driven by not just economic success, but a need for spiritual fulfillment. After each stone is carved about 90% completion, it is then packaged and shipped all the way from Western India to Robbinsville, New Jersey. Each stone is packaged carefully in pallets and labeled so its precise location can be determined once it arrives at the construction site. Every single stone travels about 9,300 miles to reach its final destination. The shipping time is about 24 days. Once arriving on site, the stones are carefully laid out in these pallets as you see here, based on a complex labeling system. Different alphanumerical codes are assigned to each of these stones to identify their individual functions. For example, what component it is a part of, or what layer does it get planted in. Much like a 3D puzzle, the mandir is then put together stone by stone. Each stone plays a specific role in the construction process altogether. Even if a single stone is damaged, misplaced, or forgotten, then the construction process comes to a halt.
દરેક પથ્થરના કોડિફિકેશન લખેલા હોય કે અને એક પથ્થરનું કોડિફિકેશન યુનિક જ હોય એટલે જે પથ્થરનું નામ લખ્યું હોય એ પથ્થર એ જગ્યાએ જ ફિટ થાય, બીજી જગ્યાએ ના થાય.
Since the construction process began in 2011, countless volunteers and artisans have contributed their time and services to the completion of this architectural and spiritual wonder. Param Pujya Pramukh Swami Maharaj's inspiration was the driving force for their selfless sacrifice.
4 વર્ષથી હું સેવા કરું છું, પણ સ્વામી બાપાને રાજી કરવા માટે તનતોડ મહેનત કરું છું. એમાં ઠંડીનો કોઈ પ્રશ્ન હોતો નથી, ગરમી પણ સહન થાય છે. કેમ કે જ્યારે પ્રમુખ સ્વામી મહારાજે શાસ્ત્રી મહારાજનો અમૃત મહોત્સવ ઉજવ્યો ત્યારે તાર તટકો બધું સહન કર્યું. કેમ કે ગુરુને રાજી કરવા.
This architectural innovation is just one way of preserving traditions and accommodating functionality. I leave you with the thoughts of a wise artisan that connects construction and spirituality. While this building encloses the mandir and will help protect the marble from harsh climate, its true significance lies in what it symbolizes: the need to build a mandir within.